Alright guys, today's goal. The learner will understand sum and difference identities. Okay. So express angles is a sum or difference of special angles, multiples of 30 or 45. Answers are not unique. Alright, so 15. Well, couldn't we say that is 45 degrees minus 30 degrees? Because we know what the sine and cosine of those two angles are. Pi over 12, that would be pi over 3 minus pi over 4. And 75, couldn't we say 30 plus 45? Okay. Tell whether or not the identity f of x plus y equals f of x plus y holds for the function. For this one, yes, because you could just say 8x, 8x. That is 16x, but when you have the exponent there, no. Okay? That's not that. Those aren't that big of a deal. There we go. What do you learn about? Cosine of a difference, cosine of a sum, sine of a difference or sum, and tangent of a difference or sum, and verifying sinusoids algebraically. And why? These identities provide clear examples of how different the algebra of functions can be from the algebra of real numbers. Okay, so something you're going to need to know. Cosine of u plus or minus v equals cosine of u times cosine of v minus plus. So here's the big thing. See how it's add on top and over here it's subtract? It means if you're adding, here you're subtracting. If you're subtracting, here you're adding. So it's opposites. And it's just cosine of the first times cosine of the second. Minus or plus sine of the first times sine of the second. So let's try. Find the exact value of cosine of 75 without using a calculator. Okay, so I could break that into cosine of 30 plus 45. And that would equal cosine of 30 degrees times the cosine of 45 degrees minus the sine of 30 degrees times the sine of 45 degrees. So, cosine of 30, square root 3 over 2. Cosine of 45, square root 2 over 2. Sine of 30, 1/2. Sine of 45, square root 2 over 2. So I get square root 6 over 4 minus square root 2 over 4. That equals square root of 6 minus square root of 2 over 4. Okay? All I did was apply the identity. And there we go. So sine of u plus or minus v equals sine u cosine v. So let's look at this. Sine is a little different. It goes sine of the first, cosine of the second. Plus or minus sine of the second, cosine of the first. Okay? And the plus or minuses match each other. So let's try one. It says sine of pi over 3, cosine pi over 4, plus sine of pi over 4. So notice this is the sine sum or difference identity. It's the sum of them. So you can see how it's sine of one that matches cosine of the other. And we know the plus matches the plus. So we would have sine of pi over 3 plus pi over 4. That would equal sine 4 pi over 12 plus 3 pi over 12. So the sine of 7 pi over 12. Let's see. There we go. So tangent. So let's look. Tangent u plus v. We know tangent is sine over cosine. And we know these. Okay, but this is what tangent relates to. Tangent of u plus or minus the tangent of e. 1 minus plus tangent u times tangent of v. So, it's a little more, but you got to just remember the top one matches, the bottom one's the opposite. Okay? We'll see you guys in class tomorrow.